What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about Cookie DAO today. Hit that like button, subscribe if you want to see more content like this, you guys, and let's get into it, my friends. It is the 26th of July, and here we are at about 18 cents. 1 day, 9 hours left in the week. More like 8.5 hours, I would say, right? We've got eight and a half hours left in this day today. Stuttering for whatever reason. 17.9 cents is the price. Another higher low in this range of higher lows here, and I do believe that we have found our low. I'm not 100% convinced, but I'm like 80% of the way there, man. I think that this is the low. And if we look at this from a low to the high, you've hit the golden ratio, found support there. We're at the 0.5, finding resistance now. I will say that if we come back down to this area, it'd be statistically more probable that we do go to 16 or 15.3 cents at that point in time, and we'd probably find support down there. But for now, let's just assume that we have found the low and see if we can find things that agree with that in the 1 hour time frame and beyond. If there's anything that disagrees with it, we'll address that too. I'm not just looking for good things and ignoring bad things. I just mean I think that we found the low, so I'm assuming we're going to find good things. Let's see. Looking at the 1 hour time frame here, the RSI, we did have a downtrend. We did have a nice little lower low, lower high channel here, lower lows, lower highs. We have broken out of that. Now we are in an uptrend. Oh, come on now. Now we're in an uptrend, higher lows, higher highs. So I think that in itself is pretty good. That does give us the idea that we found the low and that we probably are moving higher. We could move down a little bit lower first, get a higher low, and still be forming this this uptrend here. So looking at it like that, I would think that here you've moved up. You have this kind of flat horizontal box that you're in right now. You're at the base of that box. I think we're going to move up here over the hours to come to end the day here. We should be up above 18 cents by the end of the day, which that's not too far of a stretch, right? We're at 17.9 cents now, so nothing too crazy there. Looking at actually I want to look at the other indicators first. Looking at the stochastics, we are pointed to the downside. The MACD actually looks like it wants to move up right now. You're about to cross red, but sometimes whenever you get close to like look at every time that you've gotten close to crossing red here, you've touched the orange line with your blue line here and bounced up. We're actually doing the same thing here, but above the zero. I wouldn't be surprised if we continue to grow. I mean, we've done this before, right? We've done this a few times. Gotten above the zero, touched here, and then we moved up. So I think that that's exactly what we're going to do. RSI. With that being said, though, again, we could go a little bit lower first because the RSI does allow for that, and I think the stochastics allow for that too. But I would expect that we find support around the 50 as we have before on this 1 hour time frame. It's less common on the daily time frame to do that, but on the 1 hour time frame, it's much more common. And I think that this flat kind of moving sideways is also a good look in the sense that we will be moving up higher. But if we were to move lower, I doubt at this point in time we'd even get below 17.5 cents. Here we are at 17.9 cents now, so nothing crazy. I very much expect that we're moving to the upside. 4 hour time frame, MACD crossing green, love it, looks bullish. Hopefully we can get above the zero, that'd be good. Stochastics pointed upwards. And the RSI is the one thing that I guess isn't bullish overall, but 2 out of 3 ain't bad. And here you do have bullish divergence at the bottom. I don't know. You're getting deep into the overbought zone, you're not getting deep into the oversold zone. You're not really at an area where I'd expect you to reject here. I'm neutral on the RSI. Overall, it is bearish, the RSI, but these other two things are bullish. I'm thinking that it's bearish just because we're low. Once we break out of this, it should start to see some more bullish readings. But all in all, the 4 hour definitely looks more bullish than the 1 hour even, and the 1 hour was fairly bullish itself. Daily time frame, looking at the MACD here, crossing above the zero, coming back to find support at the zero. Hopefully, we don't cross back below it. Stochastics are looking to point upwards, hopefully. We would need to continue to close some green days to get that to point upwards. And the RSI is also kind of higher lows, higher highs right here at an area that you'd expect it to find support. So kind of neutral on the daily time frame, but with some bullish prospects, that's for sure. Right? The stochastics, I think, are neutral, but you're in an area where I'd expect you to bounce. The MACD, kind of bearish, but at an area where I expect you to bounce also. And then the RSI is neutral with an overall bullish look to it, but also in an area that I'd expect you to bounce. So all in all, 4 hour looks good, 1 hour looks good. Daily's kind of neutral, but I think that we're going to see some upside here in a very short amount of time. We've got this little, I wonder if there's another example of this formation here. Let's see. I don't know if I would call it that. I don't know. I don't see it. But just this little formation where you've got this here. It's like a, I don't even know what to call it, but it's like this. You've got like a U or an N, I guess, in the midst of this potential W here. I think that we're going to move up higher, guys. That's all that to say. If we're looking at this here from a high, nope, that was not the high, to the low, high to low. Come on, man. Let's get it there. Come on. High there to low. We're at the 382 area. We don't really show too much respect on these fibs, so I'm not worried that we got below the 382. I would think that what comes next are prices above this high, so we'll likely stop somewhere around 50 to 63 cents. If we don't stop here, it's only because we stopped higher. I doubt that we make a run for something that's above 84 cents by the end of this month, but it wouldn't surprise me if in August we do see prices that are higher than that. I'm assuming that we'll go all the way up to $1.65 to $3.90, somewhere in this zone by the end of the month of August, if not sometime in September. But this is the area that we're looking for. All in all, from the current price, roughly, that would give you something on the lines of like a 9x to a 20x move. I'm thinking we'll stop right in the middle there at about $2.50, 14x endeavor overall. I've got nothing else for you guys. Thank you all for being here. Hit that like button. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this. The weekly timeframes, it's too new to really say, but there's not enough data. But I would say that the RSI is in a bullish posturing. Stochastics, not really. And the MACD, I don't know. The MACD isn't really in a bullish posturing either, but we're kind of just moving sideways and being boring. So those momentum indicators are a little bit less reliable. I think that we're moving up overall. And if not, we'll know, because if we get a day to close below about 15.5 cents. If we close any days below 15.5 cents, that's whenever we should start being concerned, I would say. Maybe even a little bit lower. Let's say like 15.3 cents. But we're not at that point yet. I don't think that we're going to get to that point. I very much do believe that we're going to move up higher. Hit the like button, subscribe. Thank you all. Take care of yourselves. All right. Bye-bye.